Today is Rosh Chodesh and the first day of the month of Elul. It's the second podcast in this series. Yesterday I talked about ceremonial prayer and how it gives shape to our inner experience. Today I want to start talking about that inner architecture. In the prayers, it presents itself as the design of a journey, a spiritual journey through what the mystics called four worlds. World, in this context, means an entire environment with its own characteristics, rules, and relationships. It's similar to the way we use the word when we say, when I visit my folks, I'm in a whole different world. The mystics identified at least four worlds that we inhabit and through which we journey. As we go forward, we'll see that the four worlds are matched in the prayer service by four main sections. This is true of every morning service, whether it's a weekday, Shabbat, or a holiday. All follow the format of four sections. On Shabbat and holidays, the content within each section differs in particular ways, but the structure is stable. So just as we don't get to understand a person without some knowledge of the world he's coming from, so with the prayers we'll understand the content much better when we grasp the nature of the worlds that they are trying to guide us through. So that's the first thing, to outline the four worlds. The first is called action or doing, and it's the environment where things get done in a logical cause and effect fashion. A goal is set, the means of achieving the goal is decided upon, action is taken, and the result happens. Or, if it doesn't, we start over and figure out better means to the goal. From fixing breakfast and driving to work, getting the job done and deciding how to spend the money you earn, all the way to the evening when choosing television or reading a book before bed. Most of the day, for most of us, is devoted to that cause and effect reality. The second world is called formation, and it is the dimension where we feel emotion and connection. Whereas the world of action doesn't require much emotion, just get the job done, as we say, the world of formation is full of emotional reality. Emotional in formation, things coming into being emotionally. How we feel about others, what we can pick up about how they're feeling, sensations that arise in our bodies that give us information beyond the immediate goal. Sometimes we have intuitions. We feel discomfort that we can't exactly identify. Or we have telepathic experiences. In short, we sense our inner and outer environments with a feeling consciousness. This world comes to the fore when we need to communicate appropriately with others, attending to our and their emotions. And also when we're simply more relaxed and less results-oriented. If you stop a few times during the day to tune in, you can experience more of the multiplicity of sensations and emotions as currents running through your body. The third world is called creation, and it's the world of imagination. We engage this level of mind and heart on a regular basis when we're called to imagine something. For example, if I call you up and say, how about going to the desert this weekend? I imagine it would be beautiful this time of year. You will probably start forming images in your mind from your memory, either experiences you had or photos you saw, maybe even feeling memories of heat or dryness. In such a case, we're harnessing imagination to the world of action. How's that? Because we're imagining in order to help us decide on something. Will I go to the desert or not? And then get results from it. But that's not the main purpose of the world of creation. Certainly not from a spiritual point of view. There are other times, in dreams, in creative work, when we give ourselves over to imagination. We are immersed in it. we say, let's see where this takes us. That is, without willful control. This is more the realm of contemplation, of vision. We'll see this more fully later on. Now, those three modes of being, action, formation, creation, are familiar to us in different proportions. The fourth world is less familiar, less easily identified. It's called the world of nearness, and it involves experiences of connection to a source beyond. People call these experiences of transcendence or transformation or closeness to God. They are not willed to happen, but come to us unexpectedly, though sometimes with some preparation. The fourth world points us in that direction, but we really can't say much more about it in words or describe it in images. Now, in this mansion of many rooms, there are some places we spend a lot of time and some rooms we visit rarely. Most of us spend almost all the time in the world of action and doing. We spend a fair amount in the world of formation, attending to our emotional reality and feelings of connection. We give the world of creation rather short shrift. Sadly, we often leave it up to the entertainment industry. And in regard to the realm of nearness, many question even the reality of something transcendent. So here is the first secret of prayer. Jewish ceremonial prayer turns all this on its head. Our prayer journey takes us briefly through the world of action. Very quick. We spend a little time in the world of formation. But then we give major attention to the third and fourth worlds, creation and nearness. Exactly the opposite of what we do in daily life. And after we experience the worlds turned upside down, reality never quite looks the same again. We are never quite the same again. So that will be our exciting journey. For today, as an exercise to make sure you understand the concept of different worlds, try to notice these realities in yourselves. For example, think of some goal-oriented activities you performed. Were you totally involved in them? Or did you find your mind wandering while doing some of them? If it did wander, where did it go? To the daily to-do list, which means more goals and how to accomplish them? Or did your thoughts go to an argument you had? Did it bring up some feelings that accompanied it? Or did you, as we say, space out and start thinking about the movie you saw last weekend? In other words, try to notice when you were in the world of action, when in the world of formation or feeling, and when in creation or imagination. There's no judgment on any of this. It's just to practice relating this vocabulary to your own experience. Tomorrow I'll talk about the world of action and how our prayers address the issues of living so much of our time in the world of doing.